Okay, hey cats and kits, welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us. Let's see, it says there are 4 people there, but I can only see one of you yet. Okay, but I'll believe that. Anyway, so yes, this is Lord Ervold Lukudra the Optimistic, bringing you the Society for Creative Anachronism style sword fighting practice and training. Once again, I think we're up to the 10th of these. Let me just do a little check. The only people who were in this particular park appear to be leaving right now. So that means there is no place where I can expect a person to be walking within, what's that, about 20 yards over there? Not feet, yards. So I'm doing pretty good at this. So that's why I am taking off the mask so that you can see my face and I can see you and we can enjoy this practice. Now, I'm seeing a bunch of numbers up there that I thought was representing the number of people watching me, but I'm not seeing your name. So somebody type something or throw up, there you go, Mark Rosen. Okay. All right, great. So, now someone asked specifically about how to tape a sword, so I'm just going to give you a quick rundown, and next week I'll give it to you in more detail. In the Society for Creative Anachronism, we use our weapons made out of rattan. That's what this stuff is. Now you'll notice that it's not round like a full piece of rattan is, that I've shaved the sides. That's to make it fit your hand. The rules say that your weapon cannot be any narrower than 1.25 inches, including the tape around it. So I have found that my thumb knuckle, since I let my thumbnail grow out a little bit, is about 1.25 inches. So I can just do that and see that it's going to fit. In the SCA, we also have, I'll show you next week, people have built little jigs that can actually measure it, or you can just take a yardstick or a ruler or something and measure it that way. But yeah, so if you get yourself a stick of rattan that you like the weight of, you figure out how long you want it to be for the school that I learned in, the school of fighting that I learned. You want it to be just long enough that it'll skim the grass, the top of the grass when you swing it like this. So you cut your sword to be that long. Then you take a draw knife or a big knife of some sort, or you can use a belt sander and shave the sides of the blade until at its narrowest point it's no wider than 1.25 inches. Now you can choose to leave it thicker if you want a heavier sword, that's fine, but so long as it's no narrower than 1.25 inches. Anyway, then you take strapping tape, filament tape, you know, the kind of tape with the little strings in it, and I go up and down vertically on 4 sides, across, and then an X, and then I wrap around the top a bunch of times, and then I do a spiral down in one direction, and then a spiral down in the other, and I make the spiral angled such that it'll take about 3 wraps to go, 3.5 wraps of this spiral to completely cover your sword. And you do that in crisscrossing directions. Then you take a piece of duct tape, you take a roll of duct tape. Now, when you wrap this way, you wind up putting more tape on your sword. Some people like to have lighter swords, so if you just wrap it vertically, you wind up using less tape. Then, of course, you need to get a tape of a contrasting color so that it is easy to tell what the blade is. As you can see, the contrasting color is pretty much, here's a better example. Boom. So now you know if that contrasting color should be oriented with the edge of your sword. It doesn't matter whether you could have the blade be orange, and you could have the side of the blade be orange and the edge be silver. It doesn't matter, just so that it's obvious that the thinner part is what you hit them with, the wider part is the flat, and that's the quick version of how to prep a sword. So, well, we got a lot to catch up on. Well, not catch up on, to pick up from where we left off yesterday. So let's get started with our warm-ups. By the way, I once again did not bring a timepiece, so if anybody feels like it, throw up what time it is and I'll know what time it is. So yes, again, I'm in the Viking garb because it makes me feel more medieval. For those who are being picky about it, no, this belt is not a Viking belt. It's more like 14th century, 15th century type stuff. But I wanted to make sure I had at least one thing different from last week so that when I look at the video, I can tell which is which. All right, Randy, Angelina, Gavin, Mark, Anthony, how are you? Okay, you all got your comfortable gear on? Oh yeah, and I wear the modern sneakers because my lightweight medieval shoes are in storage. So, got your comfortable clothes. Let's get ready. Just march it out a little while you swing your head around. Okay, there you go. All right, just loosen up your shoulders while you're marching it out. Okay, shoulders the other way. All right, so now once again, okay, turn this into a light jog, all right, while you're swinging your arms, rowing your arms ever so slightly. Now, once again, this shoulder's had surgery recently, so if I'm doing something that you should be doing with both arms, do what this arm does, not what this arm does, okay? And I don't know whether you're looking at that and thinking of that as the right or the left, so I'm not going to say right or left. I'm going to say sword side and shield side. You still jogging? Keep on jogging. Okay, let's pick up the pace a little. Here we go. All right, we're jogging. We're jogging. We're shaking our arms out. We're doing little punches forward. We're doing little punches to the side. We're doing little punches in the air. There we go, and we're shaking it out. Now we're picking up the pace more, and now we're moving the belt to the side so it doesn't get caught between our legs as we high knees. High knees, folks. Try to get those knees above the waist. Don't crunch over. Don't lean back. Spine straight. High knees. Get those hip flexors warmed up. All right? Because that's what's going to be lifting your armor. All right. Shake it out. And now, the kick your butt thing. All right. This stretches out your fronts of your quadriceps here, your knees, and also builds up those hamstrings and other muscles and tendons and things that pick your legs up because your armor's going to be heavy. They also now regular jog, what these warm-ups do is they get the blood flowing, get the oxygen to the blood, and you want that before you start doing anything because that's how I hurt my shoulder. I threw a football before warming up. All right, we all jogged out. All right, so then we're going to move into small hops. Ready? We're just going to go, we're going to do hops in counts of 10. Watch me, front to back, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, now we're going to do side to side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we're going to twist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we're going to jog it out. Now we're going to do a 1, 2, 3, and then high swing leg. Watch this. 1, 2, 3, up. 1, 2, 3, up. 1, 2, 3, up. 1, 2, 3, up. Only now on the 3, it's up. So it's really a 1, 2, up. So 1, 2, up. 1, 2, up. All right. We're working at those hip flexors. We're also getting a small squat on that other leg. There you go. Pick up the opposite arm while you're doing this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And do 10 jumping jacks, and then we'll do our squats, push-ups, and abdominals. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Shake it out. And 10 squats, body weight squats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Feet flat. 6, 7, Toes, knees do not go before in front of toes. 9, 10. All right, 10, 7 to 12 push-ups, whatever you can do in the time it takes me to do 10. I'm going to be mostly favoring this arm, just using this for a little support, but without putting too much weight on it. Ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now lay on your back, bicycle crunches, or whatever you call them. Don't lie down on the bird poop. Ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, shake it out, roll up, and okay, jog it out. Now, full complement of different jumping jacks. Ready, 1, 2, 3. Do what this arm does with both arms. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Clap in front. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Running man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hand, crossing hands and feet. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, Heisman. Ready. 1, 2, Heisman. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 3, 3, 3, 3. Faster. 1, 2, 3. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Power jacks. 1. Hands up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And hands out front. Jump up and bring your knees above, knees to your chest if possible. Ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Jog it out, shake it out. And Hindu push-ups. If you're watching on YouTube, go to the comments to see a link to instructions. If you've been doing this before, you should know it by now. I cannot do Hindu push-ups with an injured arm. Try to do it at my pace. 7 to 12, depending upon how fast you want it. No, don't do it fast. Ready. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Now, Hindu squats. Again, if you've never done them, look in the comments for a link. I do my arms. I learned how to do this with my arms a little different from anything else I could find. So do your arms however you want. I think the way that I do my arms are pretty valid for our purpose. Ready? Exhale down, inhale up, and up. 2, we're going to do 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right, now V-ups. That's where you lay on your back and try to Put your body into a V on your butt, hands and feet meeting in the air. I suck at it. All right, here we go. And working those abdominals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. I think I did that better last week. Maybe I worked out too hard yesterday. That's the thing. Rest is important. I can tell you to do the same damn thing every day. You're going to burn yourself out. Look up things about how often you should work out and how often you should rest. I think 1 day of rest to 3 or 4 days of work is generally a good ratio for most recreational people, and there are ways of exercising when you are quote-unquote resting and recovering. So take some breaths, then I'll look and see who's there before the stretches. Ready, and feet nice and wide, not too wide, just a little wide, maybe a little less wide than a horse stance, but sort of like a second position in ballet. Feet pointing whatever way is comfortable for you. Ready, and arms up. Inhale, let it out. Arms up, let it out. Arms up, let it out. Drink water if you got it. I'm going to say hello to see who's there, and then we're going to do the stretching. Ryan, good to see you. First time, I think. Jamie, good to see you again. Louisa, how have you been? Jeffrey. Kate, I think you're another first-timer. Fenris, yeah, this is push-ups that you do when you've got one arm, okay? John Anthony, good to see you again. Christina, hello. Brian, Tom, Joe, Jason, Gavin, James, Randy, Angelina, Mark, and Anthony. Good to see you all here. Yeah, and for those of you who are wondering, I'm that guy who has to work out like a fiend to have average human strength. And due to surgery and other reasons, I haven't been working out like a fiend lately. But if you've been watching the past 10 workouts, I'm a little better off now than I was when we started. So, let's continue into the stretches. Okay. And inhale, exhale, one more time, inhale, straight up, flat back forward. And if you don't know if your back is flat, if your back doesn't feel like it's flat, try to stick your butt out, try to sway your back. Like I said, I'm not a successful ballet dancer, successful female ballet dancer, so I don't have a very good flat back, but just work with me here. And take it over. Okay, take it over to one leg. Take it over to the other leg. Take it back to center, drop it down. Let it roll, let it hang. Bounce it a little. Shake your shoulders a little. All right then. Now, while you're hanging over, take it to a squat. There you go. If you're like me and got kind of tight knees, especially because you had surgery in one of them, and then use this opportunity to stretch out those knees, bounce ever so slightly if you need to. You want to remind your knees that they are supposed to bend. A lot of us don't do this often enough because we sit in chairs. All right, now, leaving your hands on the floor, stick your butt up. If you cannot straighten your legs, that's okay. Take your hands off the floor if you cannot straighten your legs and grab your ankles. Now's where you stretch your hamstrings and your back. Stick that butt in the air. Stretch that back, stretch those hamstrings, and relax. Roll it up on 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stretch it to this side. There you go. Okay, let me start over. Side stretches. There's a different stretch you can get. If you lead with your knuckles, see, I'm leading with my knuckles, my arm doesn't go as far, but it gives you a different stretch in the side. Okay, now just so that you can feel how different that is, turn your hand over, let your arm go the rest of the way. Feel how that is a different stretch. Breathe into it. And up and to the other side. Notice how much better my right arm is doing. Okay, knuckles towards the direction you're going. Feel that stretch. Turn the hand and pull it over. And up. Now, look behind yourself the hard way. And clasp your fingers together like this, behind your back. And bend forward and put your knuckles to the sky, stretching out those shoulders. I'm not going to stretch it much because injured shoulder. All right? Breathe into it, give it a little tug to go a little farther each tug, a little farther each day. All right, now the ballet back exercise. Ready? This is the first time. Just bear with me. This is going to be really good for your lower back. Helped me recover from a bruised kidney or something. All right, so start with your shoulder. I think I pulled the shoulder too much. Just go with me. Start with your arm up like you're holding a big, soft beach ball, right? Lead with your arm to one side, bend over, chest up. All right, now, flat back. All right, try to get that flat back. Now, stretch out with your arm, swing it around. Chest up, lead with your arm standing up, and back up. Now the other way, lead with your arm, follow, flat back, swing it around, chest up, and up. Lead with your arm, flat back, swing it around, chest up, and up. Last time, lead with your arm, flat back, swing it around, chest up, and we're up. There we go. Now just a couple of things I don't think we touched yet. Just go down, roll it down to one leg, walk it around to the other leg, and roll it back up. And now the stretching of the legs. By the way, folks, that exercise, that ballet back as I call it, because I stole it from ballet, supposed to do that 8 sets, eight reps, I should say. Ballet does everything in 8s because it's in time with the music. I only do 2 reps because we don't have the time. So feel free to do that on your own time. And a strong back is important because ask anybody who plays football, you want to have a strong back here so that when someone runs into you, you've got a strong base, or when you run into somebody else, again, you have a strong base. So, stretching of the legs. Lunge that way, all right? Loosen up the inside of your leg there, okay? Release the patella. Sometimes you don't think to do that. Well, I don't anyway. All right, good? Now, take the lunge that way. There we go. And let's see what happens if we stick our arms straight up. All right, that helps us sink a little lower, right? That forces our back to be a little straighter. We're stretching this out here, we're stretching this out here, right? Ready, now, arms forward and down, stretch it deeper. Okay, watch this stretch. Okay, you got this hand that's closer to me, you take the other hand, you reach it to the sky. We don't have time to give it the full stretch, so just feel it. All right, take it down, put this hand in front of your foot, don't put it in the bird poop, and then take the other hand, stick it up, stretch that out. That's going to strengthen your back, stretch up and limber your shoulder muscles, which are very important in this sport. Okay, straighten it up, knee to chest. There we go. Oh. Now, take the hand that's closer to me, wrap it around your ankle. Take the other hand, stick it out off to the distance, and feel the stretch in that shoulder blade. Okay, your foot should be flat on the ground on both legs. All right, now, here you go. And here you go. From here, turn to the front, lunge, take this toe, turn it up, all the way down. All right, there you go. If you can or want to pick up one of those hands, you go right ahead and do that. If you can or want to pick up both hands, you go right ahead and do that. Release your patella, stretch this thigh muscle, this hamstring muscle. There you go. Now, back to the other side. Lunge this way. Feel the inside of your thigh here. Release the patella. There you go. All right. Now, take the lunge that way. Here we go. All right. Okay, arms up. Sink into it. Okay, ready. Now, lunge it forward, excuse me. Okay. Pick up the hand that is furthest away from me. Turn your back to me. Feel that in your shoulders and your back. All right? And now down. Put that hand in front of your foot. By in front, I mean towards me. Pick up this hand. Show me your chest. I mean under your clothes. Leave your clothes on. Just show me the front of your shirt. There you go. And down we go. And stretch it up. Okay. Balance is a thing. Chest to knee. There we go. Feel the stretch. 1, 2. There. Take the arm closest to me. Wrap the hand around your ankle. Stick this arm here. Feel the stretch in that shoulder blade. There you go. Good. Now lunge in. Turn front. Toes up. And there we go. I do not know why I can put this arm on the outside of my leg on this side, but I have to keep it on the inside of my leg on the other side. But anywho, relax the patella, and we're up. Okay, 2 more little stretches. Shake your legs out. Pick whichever leg you feel like picking up first, and knee to your chest. All right, find your balance. Balance is a thing. Release your gluteal muscles. That is your butt cheeks. There you go. Other leg. Hupsy daisy. Release the gluteal cheeks. Now, take the opposite hand and grab that foot or ankle. Now, you don't want to do this. You want to stretch the front of your thigh out. This is the ultimate last ditch stretch of your thigh, okay? So if you got to stick an arm out to maintain balance, go right ahead. Okay, now the other side. You use the opposite hand so you don't twist your knee out in an unnatural and painful position. Okay, feel that stretch. Nice and easy. Breathe into it. Okay, good. I did not bring a washcloth or towel, so I shall wipe my face the old natural way on the sleeve of my Viking shirt. Okay, so get water if you need it. If you take any kind of energy drink or whatever, feel free to sip on it. I'm not going to get into the issues of what are your better energy drinks for you. That's up to you. So, who's watching? Has anybody joined us? Oh, a whole bunch. Anna Romao, Captain Marvel forever. Who else? Marcus, welcome. Boheen and Sofa, did I get that right? Welcome. And let's see, Ryan, Jamie, I said hello to everybody else already. So, for those of you who, and I'm sorry, but I cannot read your handwriting there, the last person who just joined us. So, anybody who just joined us. Here's the story. Here's what's going on. I am the marshal in charge of armored combat for the New York City chapter of the Greater New York City area chapter of the Society for Creative Anachronism, a nonprofit educational organization dedicated to studying and recreating the fun parts of the Middle Ages, and part of that is the arts of war, but in a safe way. We fight in armor with sticks made of rattan. This happens to be the weekly sword fighting practice of the time of the weekly sword fighting practice for the group However, due to this whole shutdown, quarantine, isolation, hunker down, stay, whatever, socially distant era, I have found a remote and vacant, deserted park in Astoria, and I'm coming to you live from there. So we've already done our warm-ups and our stretches. If you missed it and you want to follow along, I'm going to have to trust you to warm up and stretch as best as you can on your own. Disclaimers: check with the doctor before beginning any exercise program. If you hurt yourself, it's not my fault. Be smart, listen to your body. Okay, so now the whole point of fighting is swinging a sword. Yes, we have all kinds of other weapons, but we're keeping it simple for now. And unfortunately, I did not bring a timepiece with me, so if anybody wants to throw up what time it is there, I'll be eternally grateful. So, let us continue. We're going to start by wriggling our fingers. Okay, wriggling our fingers. All right, notice how I'm bringing in the pinky finger first and the pointer finger last. Okay, now the other way. The pointer finger first and the pinky finger last. This all looks kind of silly, but it'll all make sense in the end. All right, now just make some fists and open and close. All right, and now with the wrists. Okay, just get those wrists going. Get them going in the other direction. Okay, now once again, I have an injured shoulder here. So, when you're supposed to do something with two arms and I'm only doing it with one, do what this arm does, okay? Like now, for instance, stick both arms out and start swinging it at the elbows. Okay, swinging at the elbows. There it is. And the other way. Okay. All right, and now at the shoulder. Big circles in the shoulder. There you go. All right, and now big circles in the other shoulder. There you go. I mean, in the other direction. Now, you're doing this with both shoulders. I just can't. All right? Okay, and now swinging it in the front. You know, like a big wax on. And now wax off. There you go. But it's the wax on like a giant plate glass window, not a Cadillac. All right? There you go. Okay, shake it out. Now, just swing your body around. Let your arms flop. And flappy hugs. There you go, flappy hugs. Right, now, we're going to remind ourselves of the basics before we pick up our weapons. Let's see. Okay, who's still with me? All right, so, now, this thing that we were doing, from the upper finger to the pinky, all right? If you've ever milked a cow, you know that's how you milk a cow. It's also the way to turn a door handle, right? Okay, so I want you to either milk a cow or turn a door handle, whichever symbolism gets you further in the day. I'm going to put my glasses back on so I can see what I'm doing. There you go. All right, now, you're doing that, right? Now, imagine that the door is horizontal. Uh-oh. Got low battery power. Let me just push a button here. There you go. All right. Now, imagine the door. Hey, Laura, thank you for joining us. Now, imagine that the door is horizontal and you're holding the door handle and you're turning the door handle. Or imagine that the cow is sideways and you're milking the cow and swinging it around as you do so. All right? Now, this here, if you see me use this is a rubber sword. I'm just grabbing it because it's easy to identify. So, that turning the door handle or milking the cow does this. It rocks the sword back and forth. Now, if you hold it horizontal, it swings the sword forward and back. See how I'm doing that? This horizontally. The blade is in line with the knife edge, the palm of your hand. So you could pantomime it like this, but I want you to get used to using your fingers. All right, we're just warming up here. Now, it is possible to get a lot of power out of this if you're a carpenter and do this for a living all day with a hammer and have a massive muscle right here. I don't. So, I have found, and you'll notice that a lot of how to figure out how to swing a sword is where to move the elbow in space to get the hand in the right position. So, we're going to stand like this. You don't have to stand at a perfect line with me, but I don't want you to be chest to chest with me. Sort of like a 3/4, maybe cheating more towards the back with your shoulder. All right, and what we're going to do is we're going to have our hand up here like we're holding a bowl of soup, and we're going to stick our elbow to the back. Open up, right? And now we're going to turn our elbow. We're going to move our elbow forward across our chest. And while we're doing that, we're going to be turning that doorknob. We're going to be closing the hand, okay? We are not swinging the arm. We are closing the hand. All right? There you go. There you go. All right? There you go. There you go. There it is. Hey, Eric, welcome to the party. All right, now, having gotten the hand and the elbow moving, boom. Note how I'm kind of waiting until the last minute. I'm letting the hand turn with the elbow, and I'm kind of waiting for the last minute to put the squeeze on. All right, now, maybe that's not going to get us enough force, so let's try to use our shoulders, just the upper part of our torso. All right, like you're pulling with that shoulder blade backwards. All right, boom. Now I don't have to use all the muscles up here to move my arm quite so much. Boom. Now we're trying to hold our lower body in place. It'll all make sense eventually. Notice that our hand is pretty much in the same relative position with regards to distance to our face. Somebody ate a lot of beans. Okay, now try turning from the waist using your lower back and your abdominals. Boom. All right? You can get even more power with that. All right? Now, start to move your hand in a straight line towards your front with every rep. Okay? You don't need to fully extend just yet. All right? I'm going to take it in profile. There you go. Notice how I don't have to use my shoulder so much. All right, now what if I were to put my hip into it? Let's put our hip into it. Find your hip. Find how you use your hip there, okay? I find that squeezing this butt cheek gets that hip into action quite well, thank you very much. All right, notice how your hand now, your arm wants to extend. It just does. Fold up your shield arm into a chicken wing. There you go. All right, now what if we were to push off Mother Earth, boom, with our foot, okay? I don't know if you can see my feet from here, but look for the bright blue sneakers. Ready, push, all right, push. And notice how when I'm pushing, and I'm pushing my hip, I'm pushing my leg, I'm lifting my heel up so that I can push my leg, I can push my cheek, butt cheek, I can push my lower back, that pushes my upper shoulder, that pushes my arm, my elbow forward, that pushes my hand forward, and I'm just turning the doorknob, turning the door handle, milking the cow and squirting myself in the face. Whatever imagery tickles your fancy. All right? Okay, and now that we have warmed that up, let's pick up our sticks. Okay, now, if you do not have an SCA sword, a stick of rattan, you can use a mop handle, although you probably want a shorter one. You can use a hammer, you can use a wiffle ball bat. If you're using a full-size wooden baseball bat, hold it upside down, because otherwise the weight will be just, you'll kill yourself. You'll kill your forearm unless you're like a Superman type. So, now, let us do that. Now, the purpose of doing it piece by piece by piece was so you could isolate each piece and figure out what each piece can do. Now that we're putting it all together, use whichever pieces of your body work best for this purpose. You can, in time, train the weaker parts of your body to become stronger, to make, to be able to throw a greater variety of blows from a greater variety of positions. But let us now, sword on the shoulder, elbow up, push, and now feet, not in a straight line, the sword foot a little bit that way, maybe about half a foot length that way, Front foot, not in a, foot not in a straight line that way either. Forward a little. This foot not in a straight line that way, canted over a little. This is called the pizza slice of death. One of these days I'll get to the details of why. So we're all ready to swing our sword, right? Shield arm and a chicken wing, and push off and close the hand. All right, push off and close the hand. I'm not even extending it yet. The sword added a certain touch of inertia, but now what if I push off a little harder? There we go. What if I let the momentum from here take it? Boom, and there we go. There's our full length flat snap blow number 1. All right, boom. Okay, boom. If you want to do it more slowly, go ahead. If you want to do it faster, make sure that you have complete muscle control from beginning to end. You don't want to just let it go and do one of these numbers. All right, now that just proved I am socially distant from everybody because I didn't hit it. Okay, back to work. And this is how it looks like from the front. It's a straight push forward. Again, you're not swinging like this. There's reasons that involve physics and ergonomics that I'm not going to get into as to why you don't. Just go with it. Think about if you wanted to push someone in the chest, the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. All right? Okay, now, supposing you wanted to hit them, and make sure that your hand stays up at head level if you want to hit them in the head, and that's what this exercise is. An exercise in hitting them in the head with a stick. All right, now, we're going to go to number 2. All right, so those of you who are regulars, remember this. We're going to just briefly go over the basics. In previous weeks, I went over it in greater detail. So you're out here, right? Well, you let your wrist break. You relax your grip, but not too much. Keep that secure, right? You let it go down, and then you turn this elbow up, all right? Boom. And the sword flops over if you don't bring it all the way. You've got a little momentum there, so you're basically going to be doing this, all right? Watch this. You drop it, you bring it over. Okay, but you don't want to bring it over flat. You drop it, you bring it over. Now, the trouble is, if you drop it and bring it over right here, you hit yourself in the head. So you want to get your hand over, you want to get your sword over your head. So you drop it and you raise your elbow. Okay? So your hand is doing this. 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 Okay? Your hand is doing this. All right? And 1 and 2. Whoops, my mask running away. Okay, ready. 1 and 2. And 1 and 2. Ready, this way now. And 1 and 2. Reset. 1 and 2. Reset. 1 and 2. Now, what if we don't want to reset? We're going to go 1, 2, 1. Ready? So it's 1, release, turn it over, and bring that elbow back. Boom. Again, it's and open and close the hand. So 1, release, close, release, close. All right, but keep that sword up at head level. So 1, 2, 1. Ready. 1, 2, 1. Ready. 1, 2, 1. Now, notice I'm not using my hip because I'm just trying to concentrate on the hand. Let's see what happens if we try to use the hip and the whole rest of the body. 1, 2, and. Notice how I swung my hip forward for 1. 1, backwards for 2. 2, forward for 1. There you go. the front foot stays sort of planted. The right foot is coming off and on the heel and pivoting a little bit, but don't oversweat that, because in combat you may have to move your feet. Ready? 1, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 1, and one more time, and then I'll show you something. 1, 2, 1. You'll notice that, and relatively speaking, my hand is in front of my face. Now it's behind my face with regard compared to where my enemy is, and now it's in front. So the enemy's not going to be leaning in so you can hit him. So here's what you do: 1, you lean in. 2, back, and 1, 2, back, and here's what it looks like from the front. 1, 2, back, and 1, 2, back, and 1, 2, back, and 1, 2, back, and now we're just going to go. Ian Smith, welcome. Daniel, hey, how are you? Now we're just going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 with no back and. Okay? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 more reps. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and shake it out. There we go. Shake it out. Massage it if necessary. Take water if you need to. Okay, folks, thank you very much for still joining us. We got lots more to go. However, I did not bring a timepiece with me. Can anybody please just pop up what time it is by typing it into the comments there, and then I'll know what time it is, so I'll know how much time we have left. It's getting darker later these days, so I may be able to take this class just a couple of minutes past 8:30, and I want to get through everything. So let's blast through 3, 4 wrap and hammer blow, and then we can move on to footwork and revisit last week's sword blocks. Okay, so we've done 1, we do 2. Number 3, bring your elbow down and close the hand. All right, number 3, bring your elbow down and close the hand. Number 3, if you were from here, is basically a number 1, right? Only it's straight down. Boom. But since you're up here, it's like going to number 1, only you straighten your arm. Boom. Now, you got to hit them above the knees. 748. Great. Thanks, Gavin. You got to hit them above the knees, so make sure your palm is up and your arm is straight. If you make your arm bent and you break your wrist, then you're going to break his knee, and that's bad. Because this is a sport. This is not self-defense. This is not real combat. This is not historical European combat. This is not studied from ancient books. This is the most efficient way to hit somebody with a stick, according to a sport that's been lasting for over 50 years. So, 1, 2, 3, and 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 now we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, number 4, you're here at number 3, right? You tug it back, you swing it over, you put your hip into it. All right? You tug it back by tugging this little muscle right here. Just, it doesn't really take much, because the heel of your palm hits the bottom of your hilt, and of course you put a little English into it, and it comes around, and by the time it gets back over here, this hip should be cocked so that you can just squeeze it and turn it in. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and from 4, hanging high guard, shoulder, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 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 if you want to do it slower, I'm going to do it slower. 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, now let's remember the wrap shot. The wrap shot is where you shoot it forward, right? And right when your sword is about here, about where it's perpendicular to the line between you and your opponent, you turn that elbow over so you can flip your hand. The sword is still moving forward, so it doesn't have this awkward lop. That is something else. That's basically a number 2. It's kind of like a late number 2. You turn your elbow over, sword spins around, and you hit him in the back of the head. So let's just try that. It's basically a number 1, and boom. Okay? Number 1, turn your elbow over and catch it. All right? If you have another stick, or you have a shield, or something that you can hold up to protect yourself, use that so you can drill this. There. That way you can drill it with full commitment. Otherwise, you're going to hit yourself in the face or something. Ready? And 1. Okay? And. Nice and slow. Boom. Ready? And. Boom. One more time. And. Boom. Okay. Now with a little bit more. Boom. Okay. A little bit more. Boom. All right. A little bit more. Boom. One more time. Boom. Now remember, of course, you can do it low. Boom. That actually takes a journey up so that it can hit them like back here or something. You can take it high so that way you get over the top of their helmet. More difficult to block. Try that. 1. 4 times. 2. 3. And 4. Okay. And now let's make that what we do after number 4. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, wrap shot. Ready? I'm going to be doing this at an angle so you can kind of see it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and wrap shot. So you can, if you want, you can either lean forward or lean back with your number 2, with your number 1. Boom. The point being that you're twisting here, and then you're leaning in with your 2. You can lean back from there to get your number 3. You gotta lean forward a little bit to get your number 4, and then your wrap, you can lean back a little, but it all depends upon where your opponent is and whether you want to have your arm full extended or close to you. Let's just drill it. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, hanging high guard, wrap shot, home. 1, 2, 3, 4, hanging high guard, wrap shot. Now we're going to go into an on guard position instead of this position, because I want you to get used to holding the sword here to protect your face. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, hanging high guard and wrap. Now, if your shoulder hurts, try to put more body and less shoulder into it. And here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and wrap, rest, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and wrap and rest, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and wrap. Don't rest, but go straight into number 1, okay? Wrap and 1, 2, 3, 4. High guard. Wrap and 1, 2, 3, 4, and wrap and 1, 2, 3, 4, and wrap and 1. Now start moving your feet. Try to take a step with every blow. Try to let the momentum of the blow inform where your step's going to go. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, and wrap 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 and rest. Shake it out. Massage your shoulder if you have to. Take water. All right, how's everybody feeling out there? Somebody give me a thumbs up or a high five or a something out there. Makes me realize that I'm not alone when I'm out here. Sometimes it gets kind of lonely out here. I'm actually kind of considering switching this to Zoom or something so that way I can see all your faces while I'm doing this. Tell me what you think of that, about that in the comments. Should we do this as a... there's the thumbs up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, now give me some pros and cons over whether we ought to do this on Zoom or something so that I can see you, or not, so that I won't know when you left, because I have a fragile ego. Anywho, so now we're gonna quickly review the step, the advance, retreat, and crossing step, passing step, I mean to say, and compass step, and then we're gonna go back we're gonna revisit last week's sword blocks. Okay, so you don't have to, Gavin, good experience with doing pel work on Zoom with folks in the West. Awesome. Okay, good. Yes, and everybody out there does know that there is an SCA virtual fighter practice Facebook group. I'm going to start posting these on that, by the way. Okay, good. So, oh yeah, and there's also a Facebook group for the 100-day Pel Challenge. Go check that out. There's a couple of people. Jerry Lawson, who's one of the regulars here, he's doing that one. Okay. Hopefully you can see my feet now. We're going to now revisit the steps. All right. Take a stance. As we know, I'm going to show it this way so you can see it easier. Advance. Pick up one foot, put it in the direction you want to go. Pick up the other foot, and recreate your original stance. Retreat. Do the same thing in the opposite order. All right, advance. Retreat. Advance. Retreat. Some people are able to, it seems almost like they're picking up both feet at the same time. Advance. Retreat. Advance. Retreat. I'm making very small advances because of the phone. All right? So, double advance. Double retreat. Double advance. Double retreat. Advance retreat. Okay, now, to the shield side. Again, take the sword that's closest to the direction you want to go. Put it in that direction. Take the foot, I mean to say. And take the other foot. Replace your stance. And then in the other direction, to the sword side, boom, boom. To the shield, boom, boom. To the sword, boom, boom. Advance, boom, boom. Retreat, boom, boom. To the shield, to the sword. Double advance. Double to the shield. Double to the sword. Double retreat. Not all of these steps are as graceful as the others. Double advance. Double retreat. To the shield, to the sword, advance, to the sword, double advance, to the shield, double retreat, to the sword. Okay, if you need to do this slower to catch up, go right ahead. This isn't about me trying to beat you. This is about you getting used to the footwork. to the shield. There you go. Now, the crossing step. Sometimes you may want to switch your foot. Boom, there it is. Sometimes you may want to travel a greater distance but wind up with the same stance. So that's a double cross. Pass, not cross, double pass. All right, who's there with me here? Hugo and John, you got here just in time for the footwork. Okay, so we just did the advance and the retreat to the shield side, to the sword side, and now the passing step. And now the passing step again. And now pass to the back, as Dan Quayle would say. Pass to the back. It's a Hoosierism. Look it up. Okay, from the profile, here's how it looks. Okay, a passing step here, and a passing step here, and a passing step to the back, and a pass to the back. About the hips, if you're only taking one pass, then you're usually doing it because you have a reason to and you want to switch where your hips are. If you're taking a double pass, it might be smarter to keep your hips in the same orientation, boom, boom, because it'll take time to move your hips. Boom, boom, that's kind of slow. So, let's do a double pass to the front, boom, boom, a double pass to the rear, boom, boom. And passes to the side can be awkward, boom, and now you're off balance. So almost any kind of pass to the side is going to be a double pass, boom, boom. And the other way, boom, boom. All right, boom, boom. And again, boom, boom. And this is not a chassé where the back foot kicks the front foot forward. Though that is sort of a thing. When you're fighting, you don't necessarily want to be in the air at any particular moment. So, pass, advance, double retreat, double pass, to the sword, to the shield, pass to the back, pass to the back, double pass to the back, advance. Okay, double pass to the back and then advance, go. All right, double pass to the front and then retreat. 1, 2, and boom. All right, double pass to the front, one advance to the shield. Double pass to the front, one advance to the shield. Okay, double pass to the back, one advance to the sword. 1, to the sword. Now let's try this. Double pass to the forward, advance to the sword. 1, 2, boom. That's a little bit more natural. Double pass to the back, advance to the shield. 1, 2, boom, boom. Okay, and that's the way a knight moves in chess. All right, so we've got that. Other things to think about are also simply rocking your weight forward and back and forward and back. Maybe even picking your foot up as you do it. Because when you do that, you may notice that you're moving your hips. And when you move your hips, you move your body. And when you move your body, you move your elbow. And when you move your elbow, that gives you power to strike a blow. All right? Boom. And the compass step is when you're actually making a circle. It's basically an advance to one side, to the shield or to the sword, but kind of at an angle so that your whole body turns. In my case, when I do that, I wind up doing an 1/8 of a circle. So compass to the sword, compass to the shield, compass to the shield, and now I'm at 90 degrees. I'm at 90 degrees to where I was. Double compass to the sword, boom, boom. And again, I'm back where I started. Double compass to the sword and double compass to the shield. Boom. So I could say do a double compass to the shield and then a pass to the front. And that would look like this. Say 1, 2, boom. Let's see how quickly I could do that. 1, 2, boom. There could be a reason to do that. All right, so please practice this in your own time. I want to move on. Somebody throw up what time it is. I want to get back to the sword blocks. Now, yes, if you have a shield, primary thing to block with is your shield. That way you can strike with the sword at the same time. However, I don't have a shield with me. So we're going to work with what we got, and you will find that blocking with your sword can actually be a setup for an effective blow. 8:06, good, we've got about a half an hour. It's called parry and riposte in fencing circles. So, now, there are all different kinds of blocks, all different kinds of terminology to tell you which block is what. For instance, the first time I learned a codified system was stage combat, and in stage combat, the default sword is rapier, and so your rapier, you lead with your sword, and your first block is drawing your sword from your scabbard, so it's here, and that's 1, and that's 2, and that's 3, and that's 4, and that's 5, and that's 5A, the window parry, and that's 6, and that's, and that's 6, and that's 7, all right? But when I want to say, between you and me, when we're talking about armed combat in the SCA, I want to use numbers of blocks that correspond to the blow that they're blocking. So, if we assume that the other person is of the same hand, if you're a righty or fighting a righty, then the blow, and if you assume that I am right-handed, okay? If you assume that this is the right hand, okay? Then, droite, dexter, then we're just going to let that fire go by. Take some water, folks. Okay, so number 1 is going to be going to your shield side if you are right-handed, and if you're of the same handedness as the person you're fighting. So let us say you're not sure if it's going to hit your head or your leg. Well, it's easier to block your head than your leg when you're holding. It's easier to block your leg with your shield and your head with your sword because you're probably holding your sword up here. So, block number 1, boom. Now number 2 comes to the opposite side of the head, so block number 2 is here. Now block number 3 is going to be coming to your shield side leg, blow number 3. So, boom, there's your block number 3, and block number 4 is going to be coming to your sword side leg. Boom. All right, turn inside. All right, and then someone may come with a blow straight down, which we didn't cover in the basic drills, but boom, that's a thing. It happens. Like, for instance, a wrap shot and then straight down. It happens. Or you could hit them this way and then follow it to open up a shield and come straight down the middle. Okay, so such a blow would be blocked by this, or it could be blocked by this. And let me also tell you that another way to block, number 1, would be if your defense is higher up like so. Some people do this, so it's easy to do this. Okay? I'm going to call that 1A because I said so. Because when thinking about this, I found that if starting from here we call this 1 and this 2, it's easier to get from here to here than to get from, no, it's just as easy. I did this because I wanted to, okay? So this is 1, this is 2, this is 1A, this is 3. That's it. 3, either way. This is 3, this is 4. This is 5. This is 5A. Okay, like you could be here and decide to block here. Or you could be here and decide to block here. Or you could be here and decide to block here, as opposed to here and trying to block there. I just want to set you up for all possibilities. All right? And now, this could happen. this is not the same as this. This, the elbow's in, and this, the elbow is out. Both, however, are legit blocks. But for the sake of efficiency and movement, this is probably the more likely block you're going to come to. So, let's just drill this, and it'll all make sense in the end, I hope. 1, 2, 1A, 3, 4, 5, 5A, 5. There, we're just going to do it the easy way. From 5 to 5A. And 1. Trying to, oh, there you go. Almost lost you for a second. So, 1, 2, 1A, 3, 4, 5, 5A, 1, 2, 1A, 3, 4, 5, 5A. This is also known as the window parry because it looks like you're looking through a window. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5A. What is someone has to say here? Oh, just telling me who all's watching me. Hey everybody, thanks for sticking with me. Keep on with the drill. 1, 2, 1A, 3, 4, 5, 5A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5A. Step up the pace. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1A, 3, 4, 5, 5A. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, 1A, 3, 4, 5, 5A. 1, 2, 1A, 3, 4, 5, 5A. 1, 2, 1A, 3, 4, 5, 5A. 1, 2, 1A, 3, 4, 5, 5A. Now, having done that, great defense. How do you kill somebody? You hit them. So, how are we going to hit them? So, it's going to be pretty much the same drill as we did last week. So, maybe in the course of doing it, we'll mix it up a little. So, we've blocked number 1. The obvious follow-up to the block of number 1 is to pick up your elbow and go to number 2, because you're all cocked and ready to go here. Number 2. All right? Now, the block that naturally follows, and we're just going to do the block that naturally follows, if we assume that he threw a number 1, the shot that's going to follow is going to be a number 2. So, 1, so we block to 1, a throw to 2, which is essentially kind of a block to 1A. All right? Block 2. Okay? So, 1, shot, block. Ready? 1, strike, block. Ready? 1, strike, block. Now, what's somebody got to say there? How about a thrust to the face from block 1? Thrust to the face from block 1 would be something like this. We haven't discussed thrusting yet, so we'll talk about that next time. But yes, from here, you can go here, you can thrust. That would be a thing. For those who don't know the game, you do need to have a padded tip on the end of your sword in order to be allowed to thrust. Also, there are some games like fighting with steel weapons where you're not allowed to thrust, so those people don't have to worry about that. Hey Jerry, thanks for joining us. We're picking up from the blocks from last week. So, block 1, strike, block 2. Now, he struck So now you're here. So what's the obvious shot? The obvious shot is blow number one, because this is basically your on guard pose. Blow number one, right? So now he has blocked blow number one way or another. So let's see. If I were to throw blow number one and you blocked it, all right, and then you threw blow number two and I blocked it, and then I were to throw blow number two and you block it, and then you were to throw blow number one, I would block it. So what could I do next? I could then do number four. Okay, so you have delivered blow number one, and he is coming up with blow number four. Blow number four is going to be to the sword side leg. So from blow number one, you're going to block to the sword side leg. Okay, so from one to four. Okay, from 1 to 4. One more time. From 1 to 4. Okay, now there's a thing called the actor's parry, which is a high block to 4. Don't worry about it, hurts your shoulder. Anyway, especially in armor with rattan. Is that another thought here? Hello, sir. Sorry I missed most of what you... No worry. Don't worry, Jerry. Everything that we did so far is everything that you've seen before. So, we're picking up from the blocks. 1, and then strike to number 2. Block number 2, and then strike to number 1, and then recover to block 4. All right? So, block, strike, block, strike, block. Got it? So, block, strike, block, strike, block. All right? Block, strike, block, strike, block. Okay. Block, strike, block, strike, block. All right? Block, strike, block, strike, block. All right, now once you're down here, what's your natural shot? It's tricky. There's not much place to go here. So you've blocked it. You got to get the sword back to where you can swing. Huh. Okay, sorry about that, folks. That was a text message. Where were we? Okay. Block, strike, block, strike, block. Okay, now we take the text message to other. Okay. We take the energy that we put into this block, we redirect it that way so that we are drawing our sword back so we can deliver, and I'm going to say let's deliver a number 3. Okay? Just because I don't want us to keep on going back to 1. Wait a minute, I got a better idea. We're up here, his sword's all the way down there. He may be able to pull his shield or across his face to block a number 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up here and we're going to wrap him in the back of the head. Okay? So, 1, strike. 2, strike. Block and wrap. That's too busy. I don't want to, there's too much going on there. I'm going to go straight to a number 3. There it is. So, 1, strike. 2, strike. Block, strike. See, you're down here with the sword. To get it up here, I want to keep it easy, keep it down home, bam, right there. Now, good. I'm going to break from the block and I'm going to move into Anthony. Good to see you out there. Hey, yes, that's right. We never did get you and your friend all kitted up in armor, so this is what a fighter practice is when you're doing it socially distantly. I'm going to break from the block and parry to go into the principles of the teardrop return. Okay? So we just blocked to here, struck with what we call a number 2 blow. We blocked their number 2 blow and struck with our number 1 blow. And then he answered by coming down to on what we call a number 4, so we block that, and then use this momentum to get the sword up here and then swing back. Yeah, we can swing at his head. So, principle of the teardrop return. Imagine a sideways teardrop. The point or top of it is over there, and the curve is back here. You want the tip of your sword to trace the shape of your teardrop. Ready, and so you would be here, and then you pull it back, and when your sword is halfway back, you notice how when I'm pulling it back, I'm using my hip? When the sword is halfway back, your hip's coming forward. Now, by the time your hip's forward, your fingers, which were loose, are ready to tighten again and close the door handle or milk the cow. Same thing. So, you've struck, you go, and bam. You've struck, you pull it back, hip forward, and there you go. You pull it back, hip forward, there you go. You pull it back, hip forward, there you go. You pull it back, hip forward, there you go. Okay, now Anthony, don't let this throw you. We've been covering basics for the past 9 weeks. You can see them on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/New York Knights Combat. Hey Jason, did you get the video yet? All right, so anyway, where were we? The teardrop return. You strike, you release, you move the hip, and you close the hand again. Okay, so now where does this take us in this thing with the blocks we've been doing? So we've blocked and we've made a blow number 2. We've blocked and we've made a blow number 1. We've blocked a leg shot and then we've brought it back. Now, this isn't exactly the teardrop. You're not exactly tracing a teardrop, but the principle of bringing your hip back and forward is the same. So we've struck number 1, we've blocked number 4, and our hip is already back. Our hand is already back. So we just continue pulling it back while our hip starts to go forward, and then open and close our hand. So we've blocked and struck. That actually gets them in the midsection, but block, you could swing it higher, or block and swing it lower. I've decided after trying all 3 directions, we're going to go back to his head for number 1. So we've struck with a number 1, we block his leg shot because he thought we were open, and then we come back up and strike him in the head. So we strike, we block, we strike. Okay? We strike, we block, we strike. Ready? Strike, block, strike. All right? Strike, block, strike. So that you can look at the hand from the other side. I'm going to do it slow. Try to do it with me. Strike, block, strike. Okay? Strike, block, strike. Strike, block, strike. And strike, block. Note I've got a good hard grip here, but once I take it up, I've released my fingers so I have somewhere to go, because when you close your fingers, you multiply the force of the blow. So, 2 more times on the block, strike, block, strike, block, strike, strike, block, strike, and 1 more time, strike, block, strike, and now let's put it all together from the beginning. I'm getting hungry, are you? Shake it out, shake it out. Take water if you need it. I hope there's some leftover chicken from last night. Okay, so we're taking our stance. All right, so it's not a straight line like fencing. It's kind of on an angle a little. You got your sword foot out that way, about half a foot's length. The foot's not straight out. The foot's kind of at an angle, not quite 45 degrees. The foot facing forwards, not quite all the way forwards. All right. you got your shield, your imaginary shield, strapped so that you can hold it in a chicken wing. I'm holding it in a chicken wing because I got an injured shoulder and I can't hold it out here. There are ways to hold it out that way. Don't worry about it. Just hold it in a chicken wing for now. We're blocking our face with our sword, and he swings a number 1, you block it, you answer with a number 2. All right? He swings a number 2, you block it, you answer with a number 1. He swings a number 4, you block it, and you answer with a modified teardrop return, and you hit him with a number 1. Got that? Timing, isn't that always the way that happens? All right, so block, strike, block, strike, block, strike. All right, in profile. I'm going to do it slower. Where are we? Here. Block, strike, block, strike, block, strike. All right. And block, strike, block, strike, block, strike. And from here, just pull it home. Block, strike, block, strike, block, strike. Notice the hips. We're here. Turn the hips with the block, and again with the other way for the strike. Leave the hips where you are for the block, and the other way for the strike. Turn the hips back for the block, and forward for the strike. All right, what are we saying here? Social distance, use a pole arm, yes. Hey, Henry, good to see you there. Okay, and block, strike, block, strike, block, strike. Recover, strike, block, strike, back, strike, block, strike, block, strike, block, strike, block, strike, block, strike, block, strike. See, I'm forgetting my own routine here. And block, strike, 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 block, strike. One thing I notice is if I make my strike flat like this, I want to come back and go up here. But if I make my block high, my strike high like this, I want to come back here. It's just a thing. Now, everybody throw up a thumbs up if you've got this pattern down, and then we can add feet. Throw up a thumbs up if you're still paying attention, if you've got this pattern down, and we can follow up with our feet. And somebody tell me what time it is. There you go. That's 1. Anyone else? Give me 1 other person, and we're going to follow with their feet. Okay, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4. Great, excellent. All right, somebody throw up what time it is there too, because it's starting to get dark out here. Okay, so how are we going to move our feet? Now let's see. If I block over here, and then I'm going to strike. Well, maybe, so long as I'm going over here, I could either back up defensively or step in. I'm not thinking that I want to advance because I want to use my hips. So, what time is it? 8. It's already 8:30 and it's not dark yet. Okay, 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes. Okay, I'm going to arbitrarily try to decide that we're going to be defensive when we block, but then we're going to step in for our number 2. Okay, so it's going to be block, strike. No, we're not going to do that because that's too much work. We're just going to lean back for the block and advance with the strike. Okay, lean back with the block and advance. All right, from the profile. Lean back, advance. One more time. Lean back, advance. Got it? Okay, now we're from here and we're leaning forward. We're going to lean back again for the block, and we're done. Let's see if we can do a crossing step for a strike. All right? So, it's lean back, advance, back, crossing step. Yeah, that's how we're going to do it. So, that push off is a full commitment to the crossing step, passing step, I mean to say. Got that? So, lean back, advance. Lean back, passing step. Okay? And lean back, advance. Lean back, passing step. All right? And lean back, advance. Lean back, passing step. All right? Lean back, advance. Lean back, passing step. All right? Lean back, advance. Lean back, passing step. Okay? Lean back, advance. Lean back, passing step. All right? Lean back, advance. Lean back, passing step. One more time. Lean back, advance. Lean back, passing step. And one more time in profile. Lean back, advance. Lean back, passing step. Crappy shot. Here we go. Lean back, advance. Lean back, passing step. Do a rap shot. Lean back, advance. Lean back, passing step. One more. I think I got it now. Lean back, advance. Lean back, passing step. There you go. Now, let's add the other blows. Hi there, sir.
Hello, man.
Okay.
You found a warrior.
Yep. And now, lean back, strike, lean back, passing step. And now, we're gonna get this leg out of the way when we block that shot and bang. Okay? So, it's lean back, advance, lean back, passing step, get the sword out of the way, get the leg out of the way, and back again. Let's see if I can make that passing step happen both ways, or if it's just going to be a lean or what. All right, so lean back and strike. Lean back and strike. Step back and strike. Yeah, we can do this. All right, in profile. Up. Lean back and advance. Back and step. It's really weird. When I'm looking at myself here, I want to do a number one. But when I'm not looking at myself, I want to do a rap shot. It's so bizarre. Anyway. And here we go. Lean back. Okay. Start over. Lean back. Advance. Lean back. Strike. Lean back. Strike. Okay? And lean back. Strike. Lean back. Strike. Step back. Strike. All right? Lean back. Strike. Lean back. Strike. Step back. Strike. So it's like the whole leg is doing what the hip does. Lean back and strike. Lean back and strike. Lean back and strike. Back and strike. Lean back and strike. Lean back and strike. Step back and strike. Okay, and lean back and strike. Lean back and strike. Step back and strike. You gotta watch out that I don't put my arm too low, because he could just hit me in the arm, and you don't want to block a blow to your leg with your arm. Okay, so lean back and strike, lean back and strike, evacuate, replace. Lean back and strike, lean back and strike, evacuate, replace. Okay, now I want to try to get that modified teardrop tighter. I really want to close that tighter, so I'm maximizing their force and minimizing the strain on my muscles and joints. So I'm here, right? I'm getting my leg out of the way. Boom. All right. Boom. There we go. We want to make this sword move into a spiral from a big circle to a really tight one into a straight line. Well, this keeps on swinging in curves, but the hand goes from a big circle to a straight line. Okay, like a snail shell. Boom. All right. Boom. Like from a snail shell to a snail shell going from a big circle spiraling into the center and then a straight line going out of the center. So you're here and you're here. All right. So I'm here, right? Boom, bam. Boom, boom. Right. My problem is I'm going this way and I'm getting all entangled. Okay, so that means our block is not really going to be here. Unless I'm doing it wrong. Boom, bam. There we go. So, boom. All right, so we've got to think that the block is going to be coming up with the sword trailing. It's not swinging it out here, which is a thing. That would mean we're basically backhanding the block, which is a thing that can be done. But the other thing that can be done, boom, here we go. There we go, boom. Because we want to have this thing trailing just in case our timing is off. We want to have this here for as long as possible. Boom, bah. There we go. Boom, bah. Boom, bah. There we go. Boom, bah. Boom, bah. Boom, bah. All right. Now, this may not be the best move that anybody could ever do in this particular situation, but by drilling it with me, you're getting used to moving your body and your sword at the same time. So when someone shows you something else, all you have to do is, hey, it's just like what Ervald showed me, except that. And you'll notice that's sort of my mantra. It just got dark. Okay, so we'll just do a few reps of this and we'll call it a night. Ready? Okay, do it as fast or as slow as you need to, if you can keep control every inch of the way. Ready? And block, strike, block, strike, block, strike. Now with the footwork, all right? Lean back, advance. Lean back, pass, pass, pass. All right? Lean back, strike. Lean back, pass, pass, pass. Okay? Lean back, strike. Lean back, strike. Pass, pass. And lean back. Here we go. Lean back, strike. Lean back, pass, pass, pass. Lean back, strike. Lean back, strike. Pass, pass. Okay, 2 more times and then I think we're going to call it. All right, ready? And lean back, strike, lean back, strike, pass, pass. And switch feet. Lean back, strike, lean back, strike, pass, pass. And 2 more times. Lean back, strike, lean back, strike, pass, pass. And lean back, strike, lean back, strike, pass, pass. Okay, footwork's gone, but okay. So David, thank you for joining us, even though we're just wrapping it up. Okay, it's super dark out here, just about what time I thought it would be, and it's really amazing that you can and it's really amazing how you can find the moment when it went from you can see me to when you can't. So everybody stretch out everything. do pretty much the same routine of stretches that you did before, but also try this one where you bring your arm across your chest, all right? And also put your hand on like the corner of a door or something, corner of the wall or something, and turn your body so that way you're stretching out this chest muscle here and that shoulder muscle, okay? Do that on both sides. Also do some sitting on the floor and stretching to either leg, and the thing where you put your knee up and put your arm over it so you can twist your body. Do that both ways. Do a little downward dog into up dog and then child's pose. Basically stretch yourself out so that you don't get all tightened up before you go to bed. Eat a good dinner. Protein, vegetables, all that good protein, carbohydrates, all that good stuff. If you have a favorite protein drink, go on and do that, because that's what your body needs. Also electrolytes, so if you're a Gatorade or Powerade kind of person, do that, or just have pickles and drink the juice. Okay, and water. All right, so remember, you don't get fit by doing martial arts. You get fit for martial arts. So find a good workout program that will give you not just strength, not just endurance, but endurance over strength. Anaerobics are important in this sport because you're wearing all that armor and you're going to tire yourself out before you can hit an aerobic state. Okay, thank you everybody. Clean up, cover up, stay physically separated, but socially active. Call your mom, your dad, your friends, your lovers, and husbands and wives, even if they're not all the same people. If you've got a postcard hanging around, write your Aunt Millie, go to the post office, buy a stamp, they need the money. Okay, I love you all. Next time here will be next week, Tuesday from 7 to 8:30, but also I will be here, by here I mean my Facebook channel, tomorrow from 3 to 3:30 for Captain Zorik's Socially Distant Music Madness. I haven't picked a theme yet. Okay, and if you missed anything, you can rewind this on Facebook, and if you want to see the previous, 8, 9 practices we've had like this, go to youtube.com/New York Knights Combat 1. Thank you very much. I love you all. Lord Ervold the Optimistic coming at you.